Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode with your girl, Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. I'm hoping you're having a lovely Wednesday. So right now, I am basically squeaking this in. I'm loving that we're getting more people for tutoring, which is great. I'm starting to get more results from some people. Had a couple of people pass their ASVAB yesterday, so I am stoked. So I did not want to just forego this, even though I am jammed shut until about like 10:30 tonight. Crazy. Absolutely insane. But here we are. This is what 3 hours of sleep gets you. So as you guys are coming on in, go ahead and just say hi. How you doing? Nice, Janice. Thank you for stepping in. Thank you for tapping in. So we have Taylor. We have over here. Is that Ada? So if anything, what we're going to do, we're going to work on some of that math knowledge. If you're looking at getting your GED, your ASVAB, your Accuplacer, even your TEAS test, your HESI test, your IBEW for electronic apprenticeship, even for the steam fitters, supposedly steam fitters, this is something that you can do, right? So I'm learning just as we're going on. But basically, if it's a high school equivalency test, that's what I mean by GED, any of the above, this is the live for you. So we have a really quick live. So if anything, throughout the live, just keep on tapping. I'm not going to freeze frame or anything. Once I get started, it's going to be like the freight train of love when it comes down to all the math that we're going to see. Hello, user 84. Hello, Austin. Welcome on back. And if you guys want to see maybe future tense or when I am going to be live, go ahead and hit that orange heart that's right by my name and join my little community. It is free. I'm not trying to charge just yet, but you never know. Might get popular soon. All right. So without further ado, let's get started. So number one. Which of the following fractions is the largest? Is it A, 13/20ths, B, 3/5ths, C, 13/16ths, or D, 3/4ths? Again, which of the following fractions is the largest? Is it 13/20ths? Is it 3/5ths, 13/16ths, or 3/4ths? Go ahead and put in the chat. Is it A, B, C, or D? So let's take a look. We have Taylor saying A, Easy saying C, Trish. Which one are you saying, Trisha? Test squared. How are you? You're saying C. Okay, Trish saying 3/4ths. Jordan Square, how are you? I see with your A. Okay, we have Apostle with D. Eric, hello, Eric Stone. How are you with the C? Okay, Allure, hold on. Okay, saying 3/4ths. Christopher C. I saw you, easy game. Saw you. Okay, Mike. Okay, Ingrid with A. Mike with a C. Richard with a D. Okay, let's say D's nuts is with a C. You didn't think I was going to say it that way, did you? Did you? So that's all I know. You come for the entertainment. Michael, hello, my dear. You're saying it's going to be a C. Okay, we have Wayne with a C. We got a couple people with C's and D's. Okay. So let's take a look. When it comes to this, we're going to have to actually possibly do the division. Look at it as a decimal. Some of you guys do so much better with that. I know that 3/4ths is 0.75 because I know 3 out of 4 quarters is 75 cents. But then with the 3/5ths, I know that when I do the division, I'm going to get 0.6. So right now, that's not going to be the largest. So B is out. If I try to do the division with the 13 and 16, I'm actually going to get 0.8125. And if you're probably saying, well, Audrey, how'd you get that? So when I do my division, here we go with the long division. And I know some people are saying, well, Audrey, why don't you just put it in the calculator, make your life easier? Well, guess what, boo-boo? When it comes to any of the high school equivalency tests, the ASVAB, Accuplacer, you can't use a calculator. they'll just give you either paper or they'll give you like some kind of whiteboard and a dry erase marker, and they say, go ham, right? So I know if I take a look at this, I know if I try to go with 7, that's going to shortchange because I want to get as close to 130 as possible. So once I put my 8 up here, we have my 8 carry my 4, that gives me 128. Just by putting that 0.8 up there, I'm looking at 0.7 comparison. C is going to be my largest one. Okay, so if you're not strong with fractions, and this is why I did it this way, and we know there's multiple ways of doing it. So if I look at this, just divide them. See what their decimals are, especially in the tenths with the THS at the end, in the 10th spot, and then do the comparison. So I could keep going with the 1, the 2, and the 5, blah, blah, blah. We're just trying to find the largest one. Okay? All right. Okay. Why not 13 into 16? What do you mean? That's what we just did. Yeah, so it gives us that. For the SAT, yes, you can use it only for a certain... No, you can use it now because they give you Desmos. You can't use your own calculator, but they give you Desmos as a calculator for the SAT. And TEAS test, you can actually use a calculator, but it's a scientific calculator. All right, so number 2, we have 150 plus 173. Okay, it's 150 plus 173. So is my answer A, 25,950? Is it B, 1,721? Is it C, 589? Or is it D, 323? Okay. All right. We got this. We got a whole bunch of D's. We got Austin, Michael, It Girl, Lyndon. Whoa, Cece. Okay, Taylor. All right. We got that. Nana is with D. User 80. Okay. These nuts. All about the D's, baby. You like all about the D's. Yes. Look at all those D's. I know. You just like me to say your name, isn't it right? So D is correct. Now, this is the short change of it. Instead of doing the whole entire thing, and I know every math teacher is cringing right now, but when it comes to these assessments, it's a time thing. And if you can shorten some of the time and apply it to some of your difficult problems, especially like ASVAB, as you progress, the more it gets difficult. Now, for the 1 spot, I have 0 plus 3. That gives me 3. Okay, seriously, A, no. like just no. All right. The only one that gives me a 3 in the 1 spot is D. And that's your answer. That's it. All right. So now for number 3, convert 62% into a fraction. Is it A, 2/3? Is it B, 3/4? C, 7/10? D, 31/50? What do you think the conversion of 62% into a fraction, what would that look like? All right, I love the boom. Here we go. Big L, I see you, girl. Okay, Sonia's with the A, Maximilia. Okay, we got the D, we got the D's, we got the C's. Got all these D's, we got a couple C's. Again, we got some battles between C's and D's. All right. Okay, 31/50, that's my D. Okay, hello. Process of elimination, exactly, Chico. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. So we got D's, we got D's, we got D's, we got a couple A's. Let's take a look at it. All right, so 62%. Okay, 62%. That means we're doing 62 out of 100 because if I put this as a decimal, it will be 0.62. That's 2 decimal places, right? If it's 2 decimal places, this is the 100th, TH with the S at the end. So that means it's 62 out of 100. Now, if you want, what does 62 and 100 have in common? They're both even. So let's try to divide it by 2. So right here, I know my denominator, half of 100 is 50. Because you know we can spend $100 real quick nowadays, right? So now we have our 62 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2, that gives me 3. And 2 divided by 2, that gives me 1. Now we have 31 50ths. The only thing that 31 and 50 have in common is 1. So this is down to its lowest part. So our answer is going to be D. I know it's going to be tempting with the C, but the C is telling me 7/10. 7/10 is like the same as saying 70. 62, even if you try to round it, it's not going to round up because this 2 is not 5 and above. Okay, we can't give it a shove. So we have to leave it alone. All right, so it's not going to be C. Okay. All right, it's always out of 100. Okay. All right. So when we got that 4, the sum of the measures of the angles in the shape below is blank. So is it A, 180, B, 360, C, 45, or D, 90? So the sum of the measure of the angles in this shape, what do we have? Okay. Colt, it's okay. You're not terrible at math. It's just how it was presented to you, baby. That's okay. But now you're in a safe space. So try to do the best that you can. Is this for ASVAB? Yes. Is it for GED? Yes. Is it for Accuplacer? Yes. Is this for TEAS test? Yes. Is this for HESI test? Yes. Is this for IBEW? Yes. Is it for almost every single solitary standardized assessment that has letters A through Z in it? Yes. Okay. Yeah, so I got some B's and I got some D's. That's the one thing I like about you guys. You're just like either 1 or 2. So let's see what's going on. And especially if you were at my live yesterday, you should kind of have a good understanding. All right, some people are throwing some C's out there just to shake things up. You haven't seen it in 13 years? Well, good job. Welcome on in. Have to measure, okay, only ask for 2 angles, not for all 4, right? Nope. So it says the sum means all together, the measures of the angles, okay? So if they're looking at the sum, all right? So if we're looking at sum, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. Just because they're giving us 2 angles that are exactly the same, that's cute, that's fun, all right? I never call people up, so stop calling in. Boom, boom, decline all the time, all right? So if we're looking at all 4 angles, we're saying that all these angles measure to equal 360. So the sum of a 4-sided, aka quadrilateral, any kind of quadrilateral, rectangle, rhombus, what else we got? Squares, you know, all those 4-sided trapezoids, the angles will always add up to be 360. Okay, all right. Yes. Do I ever do Algebra 2? Yes, I do. You just keep missing it. Okay. So, hey, don't forget, a lot of people that's on here are coming from different paths of the world. Some people had to leave school early to take care of family members. Some people, because I've had students like that in the past. So, if anything, don't say that, oh, this person's stupid, because you're not stupid, okay? These things are hard because how it was presented to you. If you were presented math the way that I was presented, you're in a safe space, my babies. All right, so let me zoom a little bit. And this one is asking, what is the area of the shape below? Okay, is it A, 62 square inches? Is it B, 71 square inches? C, 102 square inches? Or D, 19 inches? So what is the area of this shape. Okay, so I've got quite a few with the 71s. Okay, someone switching for C. All right, lovely, I see you. Okay, Michael saying my B's. Height with the 71, RB, Supersonic, R, Jonah, all saying B's, Gentle saying B, Jory is Brian was saying 71. Okay, forgot how to find the area. Okay, we're gonna go over it. Parker saying none. Nope, there's an answer, Parker. Okay, Crayons has got 81. All right. It's a Dallas or Dallas Dawn. Okay. User with 80. Nice. Thank you for your honesty. If you're not sure, thank you. There's no E's, babies. Come on. All right. Love Trap saying A. Okay. We got Eagle. All right. We're saying 7-1. All right. You don't see the answers. Maybe because it's probably underneath the comments, probably. All right. All right, so let's take a little gander. All right, so we can do this one of two ways. We could try to find the area of this whole entire thing, just in case when this side, this missing chunk, think of it like cake, right? You know, you got a nice little sheet cake, a little happy birthday, and then all of a sudden someone just out of nowhere decide, you know what, I want to take this piece. Just greedy. You know, we all got that one friend, just greedy as hell. Bring the Tupperware container in. All of a sudden she thinks she home. It's not even her cake. It's not even her birthday. But she just decided to take a big ass piece, right? Driving as hell. But anyway, we know that from here to here is 1. And they're giving us this side. This whole entire side is going to be 10. So that means what this big, huge chunk that she took out is 9 inches. Keep it clean. So now we know from here to here, that's 8. And they also mentioned from here to here is also going to be 1 inch. So what we could do is take the area of the whole entire thing, which is 10 times 8, that will give me 80. And then take the area of that missing piece, which is 9 times 1, which gives me 9. And since that piece is missing, let's subtract it. So 80 minus 9, that gives me my 71. And that's why the area of this is 71. Now, if you wanted to basically do major alterations, and let me change my color. And if you want to just take this little box that's right here, this little 1 by 1 box right here, okay, we know the area that's going to be 1. And if this part is 1, that means over here is going to be 7. And then since we took, instead of the whole 10, we took 1 out, okay? So then you can try to figure out your two sides. Multiply them, okay? And then you can just add them together. So like if I did this, it will give me 7 times 9. What am I doing? No, I'm not. We took out that 1. So that means the box is going to be like this. So if that's 1, so that means from here to here will be 9. From here to here will be 7. So 9 times 7, that gives me 63. And then, that doesn't make any sense. No, I like my other way better. I was like, let me not confuse myself anymore. Let me do the whole entire thing and then take the area of what's missing, subtract, get our answer, move on. All right, been doing too much math today. All right, so zooming in, because I don't want to spend too much time, because I really don't have that much time left. All right, the square root of x squared. Is it A, x or negative x? Is it B, 2x? Is it C, x plus 2? Or is it D, 2x plus 2? So the square root of x squared. Okay, I'm seeing some A's. I'm seeing some 2A's, which is B's. I'm seeing A's, 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 A's. Say, whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? Did I insult somebody? Hold on. Queen of Phoenix was, before you laugh at disabilities, try look it up. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're respecting people's space and abilities here. If you don't like it, just scroll on. I appreciate you stopping by, but scroll on. All right, so I see a whole bunch of A's, which is good. Here's the thing. When it comes to square roots, square and square roots are inverses of each other. Just like addition is the inverse of subtraction. Multiplication is the inverse of division. So squares, the inverse of a square is a square root. So they can kind of cancel out. And that will give you x. But when you are dealing with, when you were originally given an x squared, that means you're supposed to have two solutions. So when I solve, let's say if I do square root of 9. Square root of 9 gives me 3. But square root of 9 can also give me negative 3 squared. Why is that? 3 squared and negative 3 squared will both give me an answer of 9. Why is that? Yes, Gore, thank you. Because 3 squared is the same as saying 3 times 3. Negative 3, notice this in parentheses. Negative 3 squared is negative 3 times negative 3. A negative times a negative gives me a positive. So positive 3 times 3 gives me 9. So you have basically two solutions. But you're probably saying, well, Audrey, when I do problems with a square root, they always give us the answer that's positive. Of course, because you're probably looking for the length of something or the width, some kind of measurements. And measurements, you can't have negative measurements. Okay, you can go into the negative direction, but the distance is always going to be positive. Okay. How did I get 9? I just picked 9 out the wazoo. I just picked that. Okay, so your answer for 6 is going to be A. Inside the square root has to be positive. But remember, when a number is squared, positive times positive and negative times negative both gives you an answer that's positive. Okay. Well, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that. All right. Okay, so this is dealing with the ASVAB, the GED. So it's a whole series. Okay, it's not, I can't really just say, oh, it's going to be 7th grade math, because here's my thing. There's some kids that are in 7th grade that's taking Algebra 2. You know how I know? Because I'm tutoring one of them. And then there's a 7th grader that's taking Algebra 1. I have another 7th grader that's taking pre-algebra. So I can't really say what grade level it is. Okay, it's a mixture of Algebra 1, a little bit of geometry. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's convert 11/4 into a mixed number. Is it A, 1 1/2? Is it B, 2.75? Is it C, 2 3/4? Or is it D, 3 1/4? Okay. So do trig, we got C's, I got a couple B's. I saw a B in there, got a lot of C's. Yes, we got a whole bunch of C's. Good. Okay, C for the mix. First of all, they're telling you mixed number. That's not a mixed number, that's a decimal. Boom, that's gone. Then we need to figure out, this is giving us 1 that's a whole, this one's giving us a 2 that's a whole, this one's giving me a 3 as a whole. So the way that I do it, I'm just going to simply divide. So I have 11 divided by 4. How many groups of 4s can go into 11 without going over? I see 2 of them. Boom, right here. C is going to be my answer. If you're not sure, let's continue on. 11 minus 8, that gives me 3. This is my remainder. This is how you really should write remainders. You put that remainder of 3 over your divisor of 4. I don't know who is still stuck with the R's, but here we go. So that's how you do it. All right, I'm not calling anybody up, so don't worry about coming in. All right. So a mixed number is when you have a whole number attached with a fraction. Okay. All right. Hola, Freddy. Okay. Yep. Not just multiply. Not just multiply. If you want, you could change. You could see, I change it from a mix to an improper fraction. So if you want, you could have said, all right, 4 times 3 gives me 12 plus 1. That gives me 13. That's not it. You can say, all right, 1 times 2, that gives me 2 plus 1. That gives me 3. That's not it. You can do 4 times 2 gives me 8 plus 3 gives me 11. That's it. So that's another way. Remember, there's more than one way to solve math problems. Stop being one-dimensional. Okay? I love how people wanted to argue with it, which is cute. All right? So that's how you did it. Awesome. Now, convert this lovely number, because I don't want to give you the hint, to a scientific notation. Is your answer A, B, C, or D? Okay, whole bunch of C's, loving it. Okay, no idea. Okay, no problem. I can walk you through it. All right, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Love all these C's. Ain't this pi? No, it's not. Pi has a 3.14. This has a 1.7. They just try to rotate it around. I know. Okay, so you're guessing C. You're saying it's A. All right. Don't remember how to solve? No problem. I'm right here with you. So now let's take a look. Let me really zoom in. Notice A and B. They have commas. Scientific notation usually deals with a number, okay? And it deals with multiples of 10. Either being, if it's a negative exponent, that means you're dealing with really small numbers. If you have a positive exponent, that means you're dealing with really large numbers. Now, it's always a number, a decimal, and then you could have like a series of numbers after it. But it's only one digit in front of the decimal, not a comma. All right, so that's why A and B are done. And plus, they don't have multiples of 10. Now, last time I checked, this is a pretty large number. I would love for this to be in my checking account. Put it into fruition. There it is. Claim it. So this is a large number. So that means its exponent should be a positive exponent. So when I come here, 1, it's one digit before the decimal. That's a check. And my exponent is positive. This is my answer. Okay, the only difference between C and D, D had a negative exponent. So if this was a small number, so say if it was, let me see if I unzoom, say if it was like 0.000, it's like a whole bunch of zeros and then the 314, right? This will give me a negative exponent. And I want to count how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because this is going to be my 3.14. And since I moved that decimal place over 6 times, it will be a -6 because it is a small number. All right. Okay. All right. Love it. So here we go. And let me unzoom because that's mad crazy. All right. So what point is plotted on the chart below? I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit for you guys so you can see. So where is this plot it. Is it A at 4, 4, B at negative 2, 4, C at negative 2, negative 2, or D 4, negative 2? Okay, so seeing a whole bunch of D's, got a couple B's, seeing a whole bunch of D's, Okay, so seeing a whole bunch of D's, there we go, a couple B's, all right. So I think we're all in agreement between it's not A and it's not C, okay. So we agree it's not A and it's not C. So this is, remember, this is how you're going to read it. This is your X. Up here is your Y. Think of the alphabet when you do order pairs. It goes your X value, then your Y value. So I'm starting going to left to right. So I notice it's right under the 4. So my X value is 4. Then my Y value over here is at negative 2. My answer is going to be D. Okay. Yep, you can do walk and drop. I haven't heard that in a minute. All right. Okay. You always walk inside the building before taking the elevator. What happens if the elevator is outside? Not to be a damper, but I'm like, what happens if the elevator is outside? Okay. All right. So remember, X before Y. All right. Add all the numbers between 1 and 300. You're like, say what? Add them all up. All the numbers between 1 and 300. Is it A, 4,150, B, 45,150, C, 7,320, D, 73,320? Okay, watching for Hawaii. Hey, aloha. Okay. Okay, so I see a couple C's. Couple people I don't know. 301. Good one. Okay. Okay. All right. Big G Money. I see you. What you missed? Oh, a few problems. Okay. So you're saying 45K? All right. Sophie's saying it's B. Forgot how to solve this. Okay, I got you, Addicted. And welcome, Addicted. All right. All right, Sophie, God, calm down. It's B! All right, calm down. Still. You okay? Need a hug, baby? Okay. All right. All right. Show me, as long as you can say it nicely. Trying to be all crazy. Y'all need a hug. I think it's because you just had a long day. You don't know how to just relax or something. You had maybe some kind of soda or something. You just need to calm down. All right. Thank you, 80s General. I appreciate you. All right. So write this down if you want to. So we're looking at our N, where we want to get to. We're going to take the first number and we're going to add it with the last number. And then we're going to divide that by 2. Okay? The number that we're trying to get to is 300. The first number that we're dealing with is 1. The last number that we're dealing with is 300. So the person that said 301, I think it was num something. All right? You weren't too far from it. So dividing that by 2. And if we want, we could take that 2 divided by that 300 to get my 150. So now I don't have to worry about the fractions anymore. So now I just have to multiply 150 times 301. Okay? So when I'm looking well, they all end in 0. So 1 times 0 is 0. Then we have our 5. Then we have our 1. The next row is a bunch of whole zeros. Then we have 3 and 0, so that gives me 0. 3 and 5 gives me 15. 3 and 1 gives me 3 plus 1 gives me 4. So now you have 45,150. So the answer is B. Okay. Sure, I can repeat once more. So first, I just remember it's always your first plus your last divided by 2, and I always keep forgetting that I need my starting number as well. So we're trying to add from 1 to 300. And we're not going to put in, we don't have a calculator. We're not going to waste any time go 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. No. You only have 10 questions done on your test, okay? So you take the first number of the series, which is 1. You take the last number, which is 300, and we're going to multiply it by the number that we want to get to, which is 300, and divide by 2. So you got your 1 plus 300 times 300 divided by 2. 1 plus 300 gives you 301. But all I did was I divide. You can multiply the 301 to the 300 and then divide by 2. You can do that as well. But some reason I like to simplify. So all I did was I divided the 300 divided by 2 because this is multiplication that's happening right here. So that's where I got the 150. Then I just multiplied the 150 with the 301. And I got my 45,150. Because you don't want to include the two numbers. You got to factor those two out. Okay, you're welcome. Yep, the last number is 300. That's what we want to get to. That's why you divide by 2. That's why you have the between. Okay. All right. Good. All right, so let's get going because I got 10 minutes left. All right, so number 11. What is the next number in the following sequence? 1, 8, 27, 64, 125. What's the next number? Is it A, 250, B, 216, C, 175, or D, 185? Is it the same answer if I don't divide by 2? No, it's not. Is it the same answer if I don't divide by 2? No, it's not. There you go. So sorry. Scammers were trying to call. You know, this is around the time when they're from their little naps and they're able to say, okay, let's see if I can scam Audrey today. And the answer is no. All right. So someone said it earlier and I can't remember who did. So we are, yes, RS. The pattern is we are cubing everything. Okay. 1 cubed. That gives me 1. 2 cubed. That gives me 8. 3 cubed. That gives me 27. 4 cubed. That gives me 64. 5 cubed. That gives me 125. So the one that's missing is 6 cubed. And you're like, oh, that's 18. Stop it. It's not. Okay? It is 6 times 6 times 6. And we know that 6 times 6 gives me 36. And then 36 times 6, that will give me my 216. Okay. So just by knowing your cubes, that kind of helps you out with that. Okay, so that is going to be my B. Yep, there you go, Janice. I see you. All right. So the average of 53, 27, 32, and 41 is A, 38 and 2500ths, B, 30 and 5/10ths, C, 27 and 3/10ths, or D, 61 and 7/10ths. But if you don't know your cubes, you got to know your cubes. You definitely need to know your multiplication. If you don't know anything else in life, know your multiplication facts. It's basically addition, fast addition. Okay. What kind of question is this? It's a math question. It's talking about average. Okay. You don't know how to do it. You don't know how to do it, but you know the answer is A. Okay. All right. Faith Evans, what? Go ahead, girl. Sing me a song. All right. Just saying B. Owens with B. Jerry, scam of me. Okay. Saying A. All right. Money everywhere. Saying S. Okay. No. Don't be ashamed. Do not be ashamed. All right. So average. Average means that we're going to add all the numbers up. Okay. And then you're going to divide by how many actual numbers there are, which is 4. So we have 3 and 7, that's 10. 2 and 1, that's 3. So that gives me 13. Carry my 1. Then we have 2 and 3, that's 5, plus this 5 makes it 10, plus 4 plus 1, that gives me 5, so that gives me a 15. So now we want to divide, and just in case you want to get over here, you got your 4, divided by 153. How many 4s can go into 15? Well, there's 3 of them, because that gives me 12. 15 minus 12 gives me 3. Bring down the 3. Now, how many 4s can go into 33? Well, 8 of them. Because 8 times gives me 32. You see how knowing that multiplication facts? I forgot what the lady's name. Some of you guys pinned her to me. And then I went and saw her last night and she was just talking. But she does multiplication facts. There is a person on here on TikTok that does multiplication facts. If you're like, multiplication is not my thing, it needs to be your thing. Okay? That's life lesson right there. All right? We don't have time to sit and count things on our fingers and toes. Okay? So then we have 1 left over. If I put that decimal, add that 0, that means that's not a 1 anymore. Now it's a 10. So how many 4s can go into 10? We're going to go with the 2, because 4 times 2 gives me 8. We have another 2. Then we add another 0. Bring that bad boy down to make that 2 into a 20. And how many 4s can go into 20? It can go 5 times nice and even. But again, as soon as I saw the 3, first thing, I looked at my answer choices. Once I see that 3, then I know that C and D is out. Then, okay, let me get the next one. The next one was 8. Okay, which one has an 8? Boom, it is A. Okay, so sometimes we're so used to, because people told us that you have to finish everything that you do. When it comes to these assessments, they just care, did you pick A, B, C, or D? But if you're still in the classroom, you have to show your work, okay? I don't want to hear anybody's coming up to me, well, my teacher said that I got to show my work. Obviously, your teacher's going to say that so they can see your process, okay? SAT, ACT, all these test assessments, they don't care about your process. Did you pick the right answer, yes or no? You did, congratulations. Now you can graduate summa cum laude. There you go. All right, awesome. 8 yards plus 15 feet. 8 yards plus 15 feet. Is it A, 11 yards, B, 9 yards, C, 24 feet, or D, 39 feet? Okay, so I got a bunch of D's, got some A's. Do I do ASVAB tutoring? Yes, I do. Yep, actually one person got some D's, got some A's, D's, a C for random, a little bit of C, another C, lots of D's. Okay, got an A. All right, a whole bunch of D's and C's. Awesome. Well, let's think of this first. Okay, so when we have our yards, we know their feet are within the yards. And I know that there is 3 feet, roughly, be equivalent to 1 yard. Okay, so we're doing conversions. All you guys that want to be nurses, you should know conversions. Trust me, if you don't, I'm telling you, worse things are going to happen, and I don't want that to happen to you. So if they're giving us 8 yards, okay, we know that 8 yards, if I multiply that by 3, that's going to give me 24 feet. So since we got to add this other 15 feet, instead of me dealing with decimals and fractions, okay, King Wei, stop trying to come on here. I don't want you as my co-host. Let it go. Okay, thank you. All right, yeah, I'm good. All right, so now we just had to add the 24 and the 15, and we'll get our 39 feet. The reason why I didn't go the other way, because look at my answers. They're all whole numbers. If I go the other way, I'm going to get some decimals. I don't want that. Okay. So you need to convert your yards into feet. Okay. If 1 yard is 3 feet, how much is 8 yards? That's how the 24 feet came here. Then you add on the 15 feet to get my 39 feet. All right. Awesome. Okay. Now for 14, I'm going to see if I can finish this page. Find the arithmetic mean of 4 and 9. Find the arithmetic mean of 4 and 9. Is it A, 3.5? Is it B, 6.5? All right, C, 7.0? Or D, 8.1? Okay, so I'm seeing some B's. I'm seeing some 6.5s. Okay, a couple 6.5s, a lot of B's. All right. You said 3.5? I'm sorry, 5.3. Thank you. I'm trying to rush because I'm cutting it close for me. Okay. Either way, it's not going to be that one. Right. Okay. So, all right. Yes. Okay, so you don't want to say the middle. It's kind of scary because when I hear middle, I'm thinking median. We're not looking for the median. We're looking for the mean. Okay, so we're still adding the 9 and the 4, or the 4 and the 9. Okay, that gives me my 13. And then how many numbers we have? We have 2 numbers. So it's basically 2 divided by 13. Okay, how many 2's can go into 13? It's 6. So right away, boom, 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 this is my answer. Okay, because we have our 12. And if we want to put our point, drop that 1 to make it into a 10.5. Okay, so don't say middle. When you say middle, it triggers median. Mean, no matter what, you add the numbers up and you divide by 2. Okay? All right. Little redemption for some people. Here's this one. Find my arithmetic mean of 5 and 25. Okay. 5 and 25. Where'd I get 13? Add 9 plus 4. 9 plus 4. That's where the 13 came from. All right, so we got a whole series of D's, whole series of D's. How do you get that? The mean, you add up the numbers and divide by 2 because there was 2 numbers that you added together. Okay. All right. I just explained where did 2 come from. This is what happens when you guys are typing. You're not listening. All right. So how many numbers do we have here? We have 2. I'm seeing a whole bunch of D's, which is good. Add these 2 numbers up. So you got your 5 plus your 25. Okay, so this gives me 30. Now I'm going to divide by how many numbers there are. There are 2 numbers. So 30 divided by 2, that gives me 15. Answer is D. Okay. Okay. Arithmetic. Adding. Combining. Basic math. That's what they're doing. They just try to throw you off with the word arithmetic. It's still mean. Okay? Don't worry. Can you use photo math? No, you cannot. They will throw you out of the test. Okay, how often do I go live? I go live every day. Today is just a little crazy, so I'm squeezing everything in. So this is what's going to happen. I love you all. I know there's 1,000 people in here, which is fabulous. I'm going to have to skedaddle because I have to get myself ready for tutoring. But I will be here tomorrow to finish up on this lovely package, also to give you number 15. So if anything, if you came late and you're like, oh, I wish I could have seen what was going on earlier. Well, guess what? You can come here, which now I have over 1,000 followers in here. Thank you. All right. And you guys are watching the videos left and right, which I love. You can go here, type up this num here, and then I would love for you guys to do these 5 things so you can get all of my replays. And you'll see all my replays under TikTok replays or TikTok lives. And you'll see all my replays from February 2nd to yesterday. Okay. So what is ACG? Well, it used to be my name until I got divorced. Now it means algebra, college algebra, geometry. All right. All right. So just to put it all on there. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, anything about tutoring or any of my resources, just go ahead and message me. I'm going to check it a little bit later on tonight, but I'll definitely check it and I'll definitely respond. All right. Okay. Have a lovely night. Stay safe, and I will see you guys sometime tomorrow. All right. Take care. Bye now.